and welcome to Felixstowe Matters. I've invited Eric john-foti into the studio today to talk about Norfolk Punch. Thank you very much for coming today,
It's
Eric.
my great pleasure.
Oh, because I am fascinated. I don't know if you realise, but Eric is known as Mr. Norfolk Punch.
Let me interrupt you there.
Oh.
I used to be known as Mr. Norfolk Punch. I sold out to IDV, who are the biggest drink manufacturers in the world, many years ago.
Oh, right.
And of course today it's owned by Britvic, so it's still got a good pedigree.
Wow.
But I'm hoping that it's going to come back into this country very shortly. So in fact somebody told me that they saw a bottle of it for sale in the co-op at Christmas last.
Really?
So we never know, you may be seeing Norfolk Punch again. I must emphasise that although I originated it and found the old recipe, today it's no longer mine or anything to do with me.
Okay.
But my son, who lives in Australia, when I sold out to IDV, I kept the Far East rights and American rights for ourselves, and I gave them to my son, and he's continued with that. And he has just sold out his rights to another firm, and they've made arrangements with Britvic apparently, and that's how it's coming back. But I'm still known, or was known in Norfolk, as Mr. Norfolk Punch.
That's how I know you.
Oh, that's good. But of course, do you know why? Do you know why it's called Punch?
No.
Because people don't realise that it's rather tied up with the Suffolk Punch, which ties us into Felixstowe, of course, because we're Suffolk.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why it's called a Suffolk Punch, the horse?
No.
It's called a Suffolk Punch because in medieval days, and quite a way afterwards, they used to have a great big drum, which was 90 gallons. The average oil drum is 40 gallons, so it's twice the size of an oil drum. And that was called a puncheon.
All right.
And a Suffolk Punch was named after that because the horse was as big as a puncheon. And of course the Norfolk Punch was named after it because it was made in a puncheon.
Oh,
so that's
right.
that gives you a
connection.
It gives you a little bit of connection.
Yes,
But of course this is interesting because it's a wonderful old drink, and it's tied up with Well Manor in Norfolk. And I found when I bought Well Manor in those days, nowadays when you buy a property you get on the internet and you just take the land registry certificate.
Yes.
But in those days you used to have all the papers associated with the property going right back to the day it was built. But of course Well Manor was built in 1200 and something for the Benedictine monks, and so I got this huge trunk of papers, and amongst them I found this document or book, and it was a book of secrets.
Wow.
And it sounds exciting. It was
does.
actually. There was the recipe for Norfolk Punch, but as well in it was how to tell the whether a baby, an unborn baby, to tell the sex of an unborn baby. Now this is going back to medieval days, so it shows you they had their brains ticking over very well.
Did it work? Did anyone try it?
It took me ages to decipher just the Norfolk Punch recipe.
Yes, I mean, I understand this is non-alcoholic.
Yes, and when I made it, there were no other non-alcoholic drinks on the market.
Right.
And everybody said, well, nobody's, because it costs quite a lot, because there's over 30 herbs and spices in it.
Goodness.
And it had to be quite expensive. It was $1.99 in those days, which was a lot of money. This is going
when
back,
you say those days,
well, it was the 1980s.
Oh, that is a while ago.
It's about
now.
30 years ago, you see, but there were no other no other herbal drinks on the market at all.
Right.
And so I made it, and people said, oh, nobody's going to buy that. They're not going to pay $1.99 for a bottle of something without any alcohol in it.
Goodness.
So I said, well, if they don't want to, they needn't buy it.
Yes.
So I made it up, and we had it, first of all, for a fair in Wisbech, a Christmas fair.
Right.
And everybody got happy. You've no idea. You'd have thought they'd all
Non-alcoholic.
Absolutely. And of course I realised what it was. There was a lot of poppy in it. And I hasten to add that it was the cornflower poppy, not the opium variety. And but to cut a long story short, I got it going, I put it on the market, and within 3 years we were making 1 million bottles a year.
Right.
And
A million
bottles a year, and employing 60 people.
Wow.
So it just shows you what can be done with a bit of
Yes,
initiative.
it-
Get out the way, you landlubber. Who be you? What's going on in here?
So, how many ingredients are there in a bottle?
Well, this is the awe-inspiring part about
Yeah.
it, because there's over 30 herbs and spices, and they have to be picked at the right phase of the moon.
No.
Yes, and it's one of the lovely things. Oh goodness!
Arr! What be going on here?
Oh, look, look.
Oh, goodness.
Rum. I see rum. What be your name?
Oh,
Rum. Well now, I should be here and you should be there. Be gone with you. How's it ways?
oh, sorry.
Come on now.
Now, I'm totally
Arr.
flabbergasted.
Aye.
I wasn't expecting this.
I have a few questions for you.
Have you?
Aye.
Isn't it a strange coincidence?
Aye.
Do you know why? Because I think into the future.
What was that be?
And I must have sensed something about you. I can just feel something spiritual about you.
I know what
And
it is.
why is that? Down
Gold.
here, look, look, look. A bottle of rum.
Rum.
A rum, a
Aye.
rum.
Nice wee rum.
Rum. Now, what was the
Aye,
quality
that'd be
of
fine
that
rum.
rum? That was good.
I like me rum.
Like your rum.
Aye.
Shall I tell you something?
Indeed.
Now, this here is much better than that.
Right.
Now, why do you prefer the rum?
Arr, that's why. Makes you go arr. Now I have a question for ye.
Yeah, have you got a question for me?
I
All right.
have.
Yes, if I can answer it. How can I deny you anything when you look like that?
Question one.
Go on.
Where'd you hide your treasure?
Ah, now you've got something. Now, the treasure is right at the bottom of this.
Will it be now?
Yes. That's Norfolk punch.
There's not much gold in there, I can tell you.
There's a lot of gold in that, I
Arr.
promise you.
Arr. It needs rum punch written on the side. For myself. Arr.
Now, more importantly...
Next question.
Oh, go on, go on,
Question three.
go on.
Where's question two?
Oh, that's a very good one. Question two, where do you come from?
7 Seas.
70s.
Arr. 7 Seas, not the 70s.
70s.
7 Seas.
Seven Seas. I'm with
Need some
you.
salt in your
Oh,
ears.
I have to have something that I'll take it out.
You're an old sea dog, I can
Oh
tell you.
yes, I can see that. There's a glint in your eye.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely.
Arr.
but you've got a Felixstowe flavour about you.
Arr, that be right?
Yes.
In what way is that?
Well, I've got a feeling. I sense. I've got this aura coming from you, and I can see a ship. I can see a ship. Can you see a
I
ship?
can see ships, aye.
You can see a ship.
Aye. I
And
see
where
no
is
ships.
that ship? Now, I can see something in Felixstowe.
Arr, that be right.
Is that right?
Aye, indeed.
You sure?
Arr.
Now-
Seashore.
Seesaw. 7 seas.
Indeed.
7 seas.
7 seashores.
So 7 seesaw. You're getting me bothered now.
Indeed.
But it's something which is great. Can I have a swig of your rum?
What, my rum?
Sure. Oh, so that you are. Now this is the one though. This is the Norfolk punch. But tell me, I understand that some of your treasure goes all over the place, but it goes to one source specially, doesn't it?
Indeed, sir.
Where does it go?
R&L-I.
R
N-I.
N I.
Aye.
That's the Royal
Naval.
Naval
Ships.
Ships. But you
Royal
collect,
Lifeboats
you,
Association.
you collect a lot for the lifeboat
I
association.
tried me best, aye.
Yes.
And we need more crew for that.
Yes, but I'm hoping that people having seen you drinking my Norfolk punch, that they're going to give a lot for the Royal Naval lifeboats.
Aye, indeed.
Yes.
Keep for plenty. Get plenty. Holy barnacles.
And then look.
Gold!
Gold!
Look, gold!
Gold!
For our
Gold!
lifeboat
For
people.
the lifeboat people.
I liking this.
And I'm hoping that a lot of people will be putting their hands into their pockets and bringing it out and giving it to you like that.
Put it
to
in my
put
pocket.
into your pocket.
I'll keep that safe somewhere. Put on board the treasure
Yes.
ship.
Good, well, it's been
Thank you,
great
sir.
meeting you, Captain.
Aye.
Great meeting you, Captain.
I have to go now.
Yes, and
Be Be good people.
God bless you. God bless you.
Aye.
God bless you.
Avast you, landlubbers. Away you go.